Hi everyone and welcome to TNT. Well, the people have spoken, the votes have been cast, and Sweden won the 2023 Eurovision Song Contest. Well, of course, there was another vote yesterday. People went out in droves and voted with very high polling numbers, and some new parties are now set to form some sort of coalition, although we're a long way from knowing the results, even though those votes have been casted. So today we'll check those numbers, the raw, unvarnished numbers, and then we'll have a look at the media coverage for yesterday's vote and what it might mean for the future of Thailand. Welcome to TNT. So let's just start today's program and check the raw numbers, the statistics, because this is the starting point for any discussions which are going to follow in the next few weeks. Now we go to this, and this is from Thai PBS. They had a very good coverage online. We go to the right side of the column there and we can see that Move Forward have got 151, and that's made up of constituency MPs and party list MPs. Now, I've been through the definition of what those are, but at the end of the day, an MP is an MP. So they have currently a total of 151 votes out of a 500-seat lower house. Now, these numbers may change a bit. At the moment, we've got 90% of the votes counted. By the time this is being watched, it'll be above that. And certainly by the end of Monday, all the votes will have been counted. But this is probably unlikely to change. Now, the second place was Pheu Thai. This is the Thaksin-backed party, and they've ended up with 141 MPs. Now, this is the first time the Pheu Thai party have not got the highest number of primary votes in an election in the past 5 elections. So this is one of the big headlines of last night's election. In third place there is Phumjai Thai Party with 70 votes out of the 500-seat parliament. Now, they did better than they certainly pre-polled. In the past 3 months, they were only getting 3 or 4% of the vote, but they certainly performed better than that. Now, in the last election, they won 51 MPs. At this time, they're up to 70. We move a bit further down, we've got Palang Pracharat and United Thai Nation. Now, these two parties represent the conservative rump of Thai politics. The party led by Prawit Wongsuwon, and then United Thai Nation is led by the Prime Minister, Prayut Chan-o-cha. Now, together, they've only scored some 76 votes, which really means the best they can do is be part of a coalition in the future. And it's also worth noting there that Palang Pracharat, who got the second highest number of MP votes in the last election, they've outscored the party which is led by Prayut. So there'll certainly be a bit of discussion in the Conservative ranks about exactly how poorly the Prime Minister actually polled in this election. And then under that you've got the Democrats. So there was a time in the early 2000s when Thailand pretty much had a two-party system. You had the Democrats on one side and you had the Thai-Rak Thai Party, or that eventually became the Pheu Thai Party, the Thaksin-backed parties. But that situation's really changed, and now we've got a situation where a new party has emerged to become the highest party, polling the highest number of votes in the lower house, and you've got the Pheu Thai relegated to second in this case, and the Democrats, well, almost irrelevant. Now, there are a lot of other parties, so this is a list of how they've gone. Now, you've got Chart Thai Patana with 10 MPs, Pracharat with 9. They'd be likely to form a coalition with Move Forward and Pheu Thai, and then you've got all the others. So all that information on thaipbs.co.th, and it's in English and in Thai. Now, there's been another way that they've put these statistics together, and this might be useful for some people. So it's gone through the various coalitions. So they've come up with 5 different possible coalitions and their likelihood of actually happening. And the most likely coalition would be led by the Move Forward Party with Pheu Thai and the Pracharat Party. And together they would have 308 seats out of a 250-seat majority, and obviously they've well exceeded that. Now, that's the only combination that actually gets over the 250-seat majority. Now, another combination could be Pheu Thai Party as the coalition leader with Palang Pracharat and the Pracharat Party, but even all those votes together still only get 197 seats, well short of that 250-seat majority. Now, another possible coalition could be led by the third place getter, Phum Thai, backed by Palang Pracharat and Prayut Party, but they only draw together 183 seats, again far short of a majority. Same situation with this coalition with the Democrats, only 147 seats, and then this one with Phum Thai, the Democrats, and Palang Pracharat, only 137 seats. So an interesting way of looking at the election just on the sheer numbers and the possible coalitions that could form a government. And statistically, this would be the only combination of parties that would be able to form a coalition. So that's the raw, unvarnished numbers from yesterday's election, the 2023 Thai general election. But it's just the start, and it's going to take weeks, perhaps even months, to form a government. There's going to be calls that there were problems with the ballot. There's going to be the Election Commission involved, I'm sure, and even the Constitutional Court, as the Conservatives will do anything they can to try and get back into power. But you'd have to say the mandate is so strong and that the opposition parties have done so well. For anybody behind the army, the Conservatives, the elite, the senators, any of the old generals, they're going to have to look at the numbers and think, what do they really want for Thailand? Do they want some sort of future where they're going to run the country by minority? So it's going to be an interesting situation, and that's what we have to face over the next few weeks. Let's have a look at the way the media has covered this. And we start here with the Bangkok Post. Now, these stories will be way updated by the time you wake up and read these stories. But the Bangkok Post reported that Peter, MFP Pheu Thai, can form government, but then Wisanu has warned of a deep split in society. Wisanu, who's a head kicker in the conservative side of politics, he's a very seasoned politician. He's been an economic czar for successive governments, and he also served with Thaksin's government in the early 2000s as well. Now, clearly, he's on the side of the Conservatives in Thai politics, and there's a picture there of the man who could be the next Prime Minister of Thailand if things fall his way. And the Bangkok Post story reports that the Pheu Thai party is expected to form a coalition with the Move Forward party, as unofficial election results showed they were neck and neck in a tight race. Well, since that story was written, that neck and neck has certainly moved in the direction of the Move Forward party. Earlier, Mr. Peter, he's from the Move Forward party, confirmed that it could form a coalition government with the Pheu Thai party and other parties from the previous opposition bloc. He confirmed he would not do a deal with the military-linked parties. Speaking after learning the result of exit polls, Mr. Peter said Move Forward Party and Pheu Thai could have enough House seats to form a government. This is a positive sign. It's time for Thailand to change, he said. Well, as we've seen, a possible coalition of the three opposition parties gives them some 308 seats, way past the majority of 250. And he ruled out the possibility of forming the next government with the United Thai Nation Party of Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha and the Palang Pracharat Party of the Deputy PM Prawit Wongsuwon. I suppose we should say that they are still the caretaker leaders of Thailand because a new government has not yet been formed. Mr. Peter did not rule out possible coalition participation by the Phum Thai party of the Deputy PM and Public Health Minister Anutin Charnvirakul. So another dynamic there with Anutin Charnvirakul and his Phum Thai party. They did poll a lot better than expected, but they only got some 70 votes. They were hoping to get over 100 and be part of a new coalition. The problem is the Move Forward party and the Pheu Thai party, the opposition parties who now look like they're going to be forming some sort of government, have both said in their party manifestos that they would recriminalise the recreational use of cannabis and restrict it only to medicinal use. Exactly how that unfolds in some legislation and on the street, I'm not exactly sure, but that's their positions anyway. The Bangkok Post also reported a new generation tires of the old guard, and this is an amazing statistic, and this is covering the seats in Bangkok, the city of Bangkok alone, and the Move Forward Party, a completely clean sweep. They won every single one of the 33 seats in Bangkok. So that is an amazing change for a city that's usually sided on the conservative side of politics, backing this young 42-year-old leader of the Move Forward Party. And we now go to the Straits Times. It says, Thai election, opposition parties look set to win after trouncing parties allied with the military. Thailand's opposition was set to secure a stunning election win on Sunday after trouncing parties allied with the military, setting the stage for a flurry of deal-making over forming a government in a bid to end nearly a decade of conservative, army-backed rule. You can certainly bet the only winners in the next couple of weeks will be the phone companies. Those phones are going to be running hot. The Liberal Move Forward Party and the populist Pheu Thai Party were far out in front with 99% of the votes counted, but it was far from certain either will form the next government, with parliamentary rules written by the military after its 2014 coup skewed in its favour. And it goes on to say, to rule, the opposition parties will need to strike deals and muster support from multiple camps, including members of a junta-appointed Senate that sided with the military parties and gets to vote on who becomes Prime Minister and form the next administration. So that could be an interesting situation where you've got the Pheu Thai, Move Forward and the Pracharat parties forming a government in the lower house, but because none of those parties got 250 votes plus one, a majority on their own, a joint sitting of the two houses has to sit and appoint a Prime Minister. Now, if the army want to be difficult and they decide to back Prayut Chan-o-cha again, then you could have Prayut continuing on as Prime Minister with a opposition government. Could be a very interesting dynamic indeed. Maybe it could work. Maybe it might keep everybody happy for a while. I don't know, but that's a possibility. And the story in the Straits Times goes on, Sunday's election was the latest bout in a long-running battle for power between Pheu Thai, the populist juggernaut of the billionaire Shinawatra family, and a nexus of old money, conservatives and military with influence over key institutions at the heart of 2 decades of turmoil. Well, that pretty much sums it up. But the staggering performance by Move Forward, well, staggering performance to say the least. This is a new party. They didn't run in the last election. Now, admittedly, they are basically the new incarnation of the old Future Forward Party that did very well at the last election, but they got disbanded by the Constitutional Court. So the remnants picked up the pieces and they put together this Move Forward Party, and well, they've got the highest number of votes in the new parliament. It says they've been riding a wave of support from young voters and will test the resolve of Thailand's establishment and ruling parties after it came close to a clean sweep of the capital Bangkok. Well, they did sweep the entire capital of Bangkok on a platform of institutional reform and dismantling monopolies. And here's another sort of optic for you to think about, possibility of the young 42-year-old leader of the Move Forward Party, Peter Lim Juggernauts. He could decide he's going to form a government. He'd have to front up to His Majesty the King to seek permission to put together the new government. And in his platform is constitutional reform, which includes limiting the powers of the head of state of Thailand. Could be an interesting conversation. The Straits Times story goes on. Move Forward came top, followed closely by Pheu Thai. The preliminary results showed, according to a Reuters calculation, both were set to win more than triple the number of seats of Palang Pracharat, the political vehicle of the junta, and the army-backed United Thai Nation Party. And then speaking of Prayut Chan-o-cha, who's still the caretaker Prime Minister and has been pulling the levers of Thai politics since the coup in 2014, on Sunday he slipped away quietly from his United Thai Nation Party headquarters, where there were few supporters to be seen. A handful of staff sat beside plates of uneaten food as giant television screens showed a live speech by the Move Forward Party leader. And Prayut said, "I hope the country will be peaceful and prosper. I respect democracy and the election. Thank you." Nothing sadder than those big ballrooms booked by the parties that lose the election. We go on to the BBC. They reported saying Thailand elections, opposition parties surge ahead as count continues. And Thai voters have rejected the military-backed government as two opposition parties appear to be set for coalition talks. Initial results show the Move Forward and Pheu Thai party surging ahead of the Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha under the country's 2017 constitution. They need the support of senators handpicked by the military who get a say on who becomes the next Prime Minister and can form a government. As the senators were all appointed by the coup leaders, they've always voted in favour of the current military-aligned government and never in favour of the opposition. That is true. What's to be seen is if the senators will see the numbers and see that there is a huge mandate by the Thai people, and some senators last Thursday and Friday saying that they'll back the party that wins the most votes. We go to coverage from NPR saying that early returns show opposition parties are poised for victory in the Thai election in a vote widely seen as a referendum on 9 years of military-backed rule that brought the current Prime Minister and coup leader Prayut Chan-o-cha to power in Thailand. Unofficial results show the opposition parties surging towards victory. And the Washington Post says Thai opposition leads vote count, spelling possible end to military rule. And their story leads with opposition parties in Thailand took a commanding lead in the country's parliamentary election on Sunday, according to an official vote tally, potentially signalling the end of the military's nearly decade-long rule. And Move Forward, a progressive, youth-oriented party that sought to curb the powers of the Thai monarchy, had won the most votes. It made a surprising surge past Pheu Thai, the party of exiled former PM Thaksin Shinawatra, which was widely expected to dominate. So exactly how the next days and weeks shake out is a complete mystery. Anybody who says they know what's going to happen is just making it up. I couldn't possibly even hazard a guess as to what's going to happen. But clearly the Thai people have spoken. It's now time for the politicians to sit down and work out some sort of new government. Obviously, it's going to be difficult for the military to ignore what the Thai people have said in the vote. It's a stunning victory by this new young party, and any decisions that are going to be made are going to have to be made around the votes that have fallen. But you can expect some challenges to the vote. You can expect the Election Commission to be involved, even the Constitutional Court. And we here at TNT will do our best to keep you up to date with the whole situation as it unfolds. There's plenty of other news happening in Thailand. We'll get to that tomorrow, but hopefully you're now up to date with the latest in yesterday's Thai election. Thanks for watching. We promise to keep you up to date, and have a great Monday. We'll see you tomorrow.